In today's video, I'll show you a complete deployment of e-commerce website where I'm using PHP and MySQL. And first I deploy this website manually, then I will do same thing by shell script, and you can see how make easier when you're using shell script. So shell script like easier for us, lots of work we can done by running a simple file. So that thing I will show you. And before I show the hands-on demo, I will demonstrate and overview the command of today's class. So firstly, I will overview the class, then I will show the hands-on demo. And before I start the video, just a quick reminder: you haven't subscribed the channel, subscribe the channel, because after complete the 60-day DevOps course, I will also create cloud and DevOps related video which will help you your career. So don't forget to subscribe the channels. Now let's start the class. So first I will show you everything in the manual process, then I will do the same thing by running the shell script. So all command I will put in a file, then run that file. So what command I have using for installing MariaDB, we need to follow that command, and then we'll configure the like database. For you need to get inside the database, and you'll create a database by this command, and you'll do some create a user and give a privilege and flush. Then those command I put in a file, then I insert that file to MySQL. So it will create a user and give that user to that database and give the permission. Then we'll create some inserting data. So we'll create a file putting some data, then insert that file to MySQL. So it will like those data will insert to our database. So then we'll run the installing the PHP Apache. I run this command. Then we need to delete the default file. So there is index file, you need to default that one. Then you need to clone that command. Then you can browse this website. So these are the manual steps. So everything I will put in a file, and then we'll run that file. Then it will run all that command by clicking a single file. So that thing like happened by shell script. So now let's go to the control panel, and parallelly I will explain everything. And first I will show the manual process, then I will do the shell script way. So for deploying any PHP and MySQL website, at first we need to install database and PHP dependency, and some data I will insert. So first step is I will like install the MariaDB database. You can see. So let me grab the AWS IP. I also take the IP, the console. So it's like a fresh server. So if I type MySQL, you can see nothing is installed there. So let me install the steps. So I need to open the file. So first we need to install the MariaDB. So like you can copy this command also here. So we need to run the sudo apt update. Need to wait for a few seconds. It's done. Now run the command. So after installing the database, we need to get in the database, and we create the database, and we create a user. All command is there. So create a database, then create a user who is the ability to access that database. So you can see database is running. So Control Q. So exit from the database. Now sudo MySQL. Now we are in MySQL database. So for creating database, we need to use that command, create database. So database created. We create a user with a password. Now give the privilege. to the database. Now make sure log, if we see show data, you can see our database is created. Okay, so let me exit from this database. Now we can also do the same thing by scripting. I also put it here. So now I will create some data, so insert those data to the database, then we can easily see the website. So for that purpose, let me create a folder, cd2, then it just create a file. I just put a cat command, so this file I put everything. Okay, so file is there, you can see this file is there. So now I insert this file's data to the MySQL. The command is sudo MySQL right arrow, then the file name. Okay, so now if I check, you can see MySQL, I need to sudo power sudo MySQL show databases, use E-Comm db, show tables. So you can see product table is already created. Select start from, spelling PRODUC, products. Okay, so we can see our data is inserted properly. Let me exit, clear the screen. Okay, so now we'll do some dependency like PHP Apache 2 and PHP MySQL. Copy and run. So all installed properly. So when we install Apache, there is a default folder create www.var.html. So we need to delete that folder. Then we can clone our data to that folder. So if I check, so all var www.html, there is some default index file when we install the Apache. So we need to remove that HTML folder. Then we clone our Git repo. So this is the Git repo URL. You also get it from documentation. So let me remove the folder rf-a for var www html rm, I didn't mistakenly put f, sorry, sudo permission. Okay, so that folder is removed now. So now I copy this command, so sudo git colon this git repository, I will put it for www.html. So now L for www.html, we can see our website is there. So we need to browse this index.php file. So let me grab the IP. So this is the IP. We can see our website is running properly. Okay, it's the E-Comm website. So now we'll do the same thing with a different server. So let me take another server, W2 server, and we'll try from this window. create a folder. So okay, so now we create a file vi deploy, just give anything name .sh. So now we put all those commands we are using here. If you can use also history to get all those commands, or you can also use from our file. Okay, so first we use the this command. So like we already know, when we create any bash script file, we need to put #bash bin bash. Good. So we need to put sudo apt install Maria for installing the database. We also need to update the sudo apt update, and we can give a message here like for understanding what is doing the below command. So for install MySQL, now we'll do before we do like get inside the MySQL, then create those commands. Now we'll do all this thing by creating this file. Okay, so let me create this file so we can copy this one also. So this file will create config file, then we'll run this file. Run the config file. Then we'll insert some data. So for the purpose we need to create the data create file. Data insert. Create. So same. Now we install the dependency PHP Apache PHP MySQL. Install dependencies. Now we remove the file and clone the code. So remove the HTML folder and clone the code. So all these commands are we put in a single file. Then if we run the file, then all script will be like run and our website will be created with the database. So if we want to showing any message, like if we want to show here like echo install MySQL, if we want to show here, this echo message will be show in the screen when this installation will be going. So echo configure database file create. The same way we can add this message everywhere, and if you want we can also mention like when you get any successful message we can make it green color. So if any failure we can make it red color. We also add those things in the script. So this is the basically basic things, so I don't want to complicate it. So I just want to make sure when we want to show any message in our installation process, we can also do this. Okay, so now let me save this file, and we need to execute permission to that file. So chmod +x deploy. Let me make sure everything is correct there. So pin bash install sudo apt update. Okay, I think it is fine. Okay, now let me run the file. Let's clear the screen first. Okay, we can see before a message install MySQL. This message is put. So it's first installing the update, then installing the database, then create the database, then insert the data, then install PHP MySQL, then remove the HTML folder and clone the git repo to that var www.html folder. Then we can see the website. So now I told, like, if I want to see any message with green color or red color or any other color, then you can easily identify what's going on. But if you use a black and red color, then it will be a little bit difficult to catch the text. So that's why sometimes you are prefer to use green or any different color. So normally we are using any success message using green color, or any failure we are using red color. So everything is done. So if you were to show this message inside, so this message is showing install MySQL, and you can also put another message. So if we put the like a green or red color, then you can easily catch that line. Configure database file create, we add this line. Okay, so these are basically we can track our code and we can see what step is going. Okay, so now let me grab the IP and check if everything is working. So our IP is this. So we can see our file is running. So with a single file, we can deploy the full website. This is the power of shell script. So lots of command I can put in a file and run that file, and all command will run properly. So this is the shell script file. So this is our project of our module 1. So our module 1 is finished. Next module we will start the Docker section. So if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to get notified when I upload the next video. Okay, best of luck.